So, this happened one night. Here I am with Bleem. We were told that this guitar that Bleem owned was not Jimmy Page's. I'd gotten calls on it. One guy offered me $500,000 in cash if I ever found it, which was remarkably cheap when you think about it. But we were certain this wasn't Jimmy Page's. But one night, and it was like midnight, I came down and we were adjusting Bleem's guitar. This wasn't Jimmy Page's guitar. This was Bleem's guitar. And I used this black light, and I came up and I saw the holes from the two switches were here and here. And after 23 years, I could see the holes. The paint had sunk. And as soon as I saw that, oh my God, it might really be Jimmy Page's guitar. Now I'm going to show you what a black light does. If we look at this guitar, you can see some stuff, but when you shine a black light on it, it illuminates a lot of the work that was probably done before. And that's why a lot of times both car guys and guitar guys will use a black light. It tends to show these repairs that you can kind of tell, but with a black light, you can really tell. So here I am with this. I flipped the guitar around, and that's when I really saw it on the back, because these, of course, are huge. You had to drill giant holes. There was no mini switches back when Jimmy had that work done. There was only these type of switches that were getting put on the 50s guitars. He wanted it done, so there was two holes back here, and you had to accommodate, so there was a hole here and a hole here. And when I turned on the black light and saw it, oh my God, the hair on my arm still stands up when I think after 20, I think it's 21 years, after 20 years, it might be Jimmy Page's guitar. I was in shock, and I had to wait a while to call Bleem, but I called my friend David, and he came over the next night, and I said, look at this. And we looked and looked, and we couldn't find it. He was here 20 minutes until after turning it and getting it just right. Oh my God, he saw it too. And he had the same reaction. Ooh, creepy. Now what? And this is what happened. And the story goes, true story, the Rolling Stones were in town just 2 days later. And I went to them. We're hanging out backstage, just running around. They were in town for a few days. It was Ronnie Wood's 70th birthday. And so my wife Shelley and I, we went to the party and we discussed, the fact that I found, you guys know Jimmy Page? Of course you do. And I explained, I found his lost guitar. Everybody knows about his lost guitar. He didn't go out and buy another one. Did he buy a 3 pickup? No. He wanted his old one back. It was hugely important to him. And so they said, we might know an idea and a solution. And you can read about that if you look up the Star Tribune, Minneapolis Star Tribune. There's a great story. Jonathan Bream wrote it, and he was really careful, double-checked his facts. It's a really good story. Vintage Guitar Magazine has a really good story on it. I don't know who took it. I don't remember who brought it to me in '93, and I don't care, because I don't want to get involved in all this whodunit. I don't want to accuse anybody. The statute of limitations on that is gone, so it doesn't matter. It's still Jimmy's, and it was going back to Jimmy. And somebody helped us out, and Jimmy had eventually, through Perry Margoloff, replaced it with another guitar. And I explained, it's you just can't. We already offered it to you. You can't take it away from Bleem. It's been his guitar for 20 years. It was no longer Jimmy's guitar. But the fascinating thing is, here this Excalibur, this guy, the first ever guitar god when the phrase came up, Jimmy Page, who makes it sound like $1 million. Those first 2 Led Zeppelin records are legendary. He had this Excalibur, this magic wand. And Bleem had it. And it played around town. And some of you guys probably heard it. Write to me if you did. If you saw Bleem on stage between 1993 and 2015, leave a message for me. And then don't forget to subscribe.